Hey guys, welcome back. I'm trying to be more like professional with these and I'm already dropping the ball a little bit. I want to do justice to this concept by being more proactive with I'm in my car in a friggin' carport. Like the best I could do with this quality of my little set here is just be serious about it and at least try to make it a pleasant environment. So yeah, if you notice over the next little bit any changes, anything like that, in terms of how I approach this, please know I'm just trying to find my groove a little bit and what exactly this is supposed to look like, because this topic of anger and dealing with it and sort of managing and figuring that stuff out, it's like kind of a heavy topic. And I feel like if I approach y'all too often with this like serious, like anger is the most serious thing in the world, like lens, uh, there's a lot more to human development and personality than just this is serious, let's be serious all the time. So if you're just like, what's happening? She's got like 50 personalities. Like, I promise it's not. It's just sort of figuring out how I want to approach it. And you guys are along for that journey, yourself. So I'm gonna pretend to do some like, let's get right into it. But then it's not gonna transition. It's just gonna be like me still here talking. So okay. Okay, let's be serious. Today I want to discuss the releasing of anger, because when you approach anger, the first thing you might notice is, I have this really heavy feeling and I have to get it out. What do I do? What do I do? You need to stay still. That's what you need to do. You need to stay still. Yesterday and today I was sort of pondering some stuff with the Lord about this whole concept being in myself, and sort of experiencing things coming at me, how I'm supposed to manage that, feel it, feel my emotions, so many things happening at once. And, what came to me was, if I need to control myself, so much so that it stifles my own self, my sense of belonging in myself, right? There's a problem. Which brings me to this relating to y'all. This sort of theme, it's going to be set up. Maybe theme's not the right word. This picture of who you are is not being allowed to be able to express itself. This is what makes you angry. Not just me, but you. Because we are fundamentally wired for survival. When I can't speak, whether it's with my voice or non-verbal, physically cues to another person, there is zero opportunity to defend ourselves. There's zero opportunity to share with the person or the thing outside of myself that I'm not capable of surviving whatever said thing coming at me is provoking or prompting in me. So, if I can explain, what I sense, I'm trying to make it's not weird. You need to be able to speak, and there's something in you, whether that's a little brain connection is just not getting it yet, a feeling, a thought, um, a person you believe yourself to be, that's stopping the flow of communication in yourself. So, for example, I'm going to go into this in the next video, but there needs to be steps to this. If I'm believing, I'm an angry person, or actually, let's do this. If I'm believing I'm mean, okay, this is one that this is one that hits a little bit close to home. Feeling like I'm mean or something, right? If I speak my mind, if I speak about anything that actually feels like it matters to me or is valuable. If I have a belief in myself that is incorrect, that I'm mean, for an example, which is something I actually do believe about myself, if I say something that matters, to me, we'll make it something as simple as I don't want peanut butter on the countertop because I'm scared if I touch it or if it's left out, I could somehow come into contact with it and then have an allergic reaction. This is something that I actively have to suppress. It makes me kind of angry, right? I'm just giving you real world examples because to some people it may not seem like that big of a deal, but to me, other people haven't lived through my fear of blank. Other people haven't experienced blank. Other people haven't da 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 da. Right? There's something happens, and then there's all of these different. I'm not being heard. I'm not being seen. Nobody understands. I'm not understood. I'm not understood. And it's there in that space where we have to get a sense of self. Okay, what is this thing that's really afflicting me right now? Can I speak about it? No. For some reason, maybe you can, or yes, I can. But if you look at it in an objective sort of sense, having a request, it isn't inherently mean. Why would it be mean, right? What would make it mean? There could be conditioning, things from your childhood, past, someone saying something that could make you believe that it's mean. And it isn't. So we have to step into this space of accepting this person I am. Maybe I have her, him, them, I don't know, them, I'll just say them, wrong. Maybe I have them wrong. And there begins a journey to know what's really being said. It can't, if you know who you are usually less prone to being an angry person. I will say that. I will say that. When there are times that I feel this sense that myself, my sort of personhood isn't seen, um, it's angering. It's misunderstanding, it's conflict, it's frustrating, it's like this impatience. It's impatience to get what we want or what we need in order to breathe and survive and live right at that moment. Uh, you know, there is someone who will probably, more than likely, inevitably make us mad. We need to accept that, first off. Being made in the image of God means we are tuned to value the personhood of the self. I don't believe God exists without understanding his own value. He knows it. He's perfect. Priceless, honestly. But we also, too, when it comes to this sense of valuing our own lives, be willing to shed the ego, some might say, that other people are not, or other circumstances, or other is not of value to our attention more than we are of value to our own. Be at peace with that. I'll get more into the identity factors in the next video, but I really wanted to leave room. Just be thinking. In the time, the last video with the immediate, I'm really angry, what's going on right now, right? My escape plans, I do either get out of Dodge or or trust God that he's protecting you. Stay in that space, like prayer, how important that's going to be. I need this person who's watching who is looking for more depth in this. I need this person to believe they are a value of being heard, but not only them, the other person, other people, other things outside of themselves that may be needing attention from the person, listening. Because I don't know if you are like me, but it seems as though if I'm more focused on other people and not myself, it seems like those are the times where my anger subsides the most. So I'm going to allow you to sit with that. I'm not sure what the next installment of this will be, but I'm trusting the process. So God be with you. Okay. So I wasn't sure if I was supposed to add any more to that video because I felt like I said enough for that time and I had to go pick up my sister. Well, felt the spirit wanted me to turn the radio on, and it was Ryan Seacrest and his little people in his whatever, and they were talking about being passive aggressive, and the last point he made was being willing to say that's not my problem, taking on everyone's problems but your own. And the thing that kept coming to my mind to add was the journey of anger is not about deflection, nor is it about stifling, turning a blind eye. It comes down to integration of what our expectations are outside of ourselves with the expectations within ourselves, moving around in that space, the discomfort of the in-between. And sometimes other people's problems are caused by us. They can be our problem. We may not want to face it, but it can be our problem. So we need to remember we have an aspect of this that requires us to be vulnerable and accept maybe we are part of the problem as well. Boundaries, of course, are another aspect of this that can be brought in to the conversation. That isn't for now, though, because if you're following along with me in this, there's steps, there's foundation building, there's things that we'll get into later on. But don't just assume you're mad because someone else is doing something wrong. You might also be. So don't make this only about you. I touched on service to other people, focusing more on them than ourselves, but anger is a communication, it's a dance, and it's part of the process of a compassion that we're going to learn to teach ourselves, towards ourselves, but teach others too, in terms of how to treat us and vice versa. So I just feel like don't make it all about you, your blame, others. There's more to it than that. Let's just stay right now and focus on what we can mitigate for the first part of this. We'll get to the conflict dynamics later on, but worry about right now. Worry about what's today.